have the privilege of working with a young worker who's 25 now. When he was 21, his left arm was seriously damaged in a sawmill accident. At 25, he now plays baseball again, and he described to me how he can play baseball. So he catches the ball with his right hand in his glove. He has to throw the ball up in the air again, quickly throw off his mitt, catch the ball in his right hand again, and then throw it to whatever base he wants. And as he said to me, he can do that faster than he can actually explain it. This is an example of a life-changing injury and an accommodation that a young worker has had to make. No worker, whether they're young or middle-aged, should ever have a workplace injury dictate how they're going to live the rest of their life. When it comes to serious injuries, it's easy to think of them in terms of hazardous equipment or tasks. So if you know that a young worker is using a chainsaw or climbing to the second story of a roof, then you can assume that there are hazards that go with that, and I think we make the connection more easily. We need to consider that environments that we often assume are safe or non-threatening also pose hazards, serious hazards, to young workers. These may be retail outlets, for example, or restaurants. We have injuries that happen from young workers who've climbed on ladders to retrieve a pair of shoes, or from young workers who've been working in restaurants and have spilled vats of burning oil on themselves. These work locations, which we often assume can be less risky to young workers, in fact, prove to be just as risky to young workers.